What's up, guys? It's Isaac here at Back Road Harley-Davidson, and today I have your pre-owned bike of the week, this 2014 Harley-Davidson Dyna Fat Bob. Pretty sick. Everybody loves the Dynas and everybody loves Fat Bobs, and these bikes absolutely rip. These bikes, arguably, hot take, might be one of the Dynas that rip the hardest. They're cool. And this one's rocking this 103 twin cam too, so it's also going to be extra cool. A couple things the Dyna came with stock that really stand out is, of course, the fat front tire, and they also already had dual rotors. This one has ABS, which is very nice, but you got dual rotors, the iconic dual headlight on the Milwaukee 8s that kind of went on the Milwaukee 8 Softail Fat Bob, which we're going to be talking about those bikes too a little bit. Black denim color with this bright denim red here for the Harley-Davidson logo on the tank. That looks pretty sick. The seats have always been personally one of my favorite seats on the Fat Bobs, on the Softails and the Dynas, because you just have this really nice, it locks you in just the right amount, and they're always pretty comfortable too. And this one is set up for passenger. You got the passenger pegs in the back seat. You've got very nice rear shocks. They do have forward controls, and they also have this wraparound exhaust, which this one has Vance & Hines slip-ons. Nice wide bars, keeping the lines pretty sharp. Center-mounted tank. The tank is in the center of the bike. Now it has that, and it also has this. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of rain on this. Oh no, I'll have to wipe it off when I'm done. The tank, you have the center-mounted speedometer right there, and then you also have your fuel gauge right here. Here's the left side of the bike. Looks just as good as the right side. And there on the rear, it has the incandescent bulbs there for the turn signals. And it has this integrated brake light system, again, to kind of match the front, but it's actually integrated into this rear fender. Very controversial bikes. Again, this is one of those bikes that people either absolutely love or absolutely hate. And if you've ridden one, then you probably lean towards the love side a little bit. So, because these bikes are so much fun. All right, so let's get geared up here. Get this camera in set. A couple of drops on it. Be alright. Oh yeah, I'll let you hear this thing. Sounds good, doesn't she? Again, every bike, I've said it, every bike I'm probably going to say it. Vance & Hines and a twin cam. Well, not more like that than that, but they go well together. Also, I really love these rims. They look great on these bikes. Look at that. That's sharp. That looks really good. I really like that. Give you the full walk around with the lights on. Oh yeah, she is gorgeous. She is ready to rock and roll. I love the Fat Bob. I hadn't decided on those brake lights, but love them or hate them. Bike does good. So, might be a little damp, but I think we'll be alright. Again, we got ABS on this bike. Woohoo! Let's see what it's got. Oh, those forwards are way out there. Tag on. Alrighty. Good braking. Dyna's rip. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So the forwards on these, it's a relaxed leg position, but it's not quite a clamshell feel, but you feel in control of the bike. Dynas are made to be ripped. The video of a guy stunting a Fat Bob somewhere. It's a Dyna, and he's just hauling on it, jumping off curbs and partying with it. But the suspension is set up a little bit softer than, or just feels a little bit softer than most of the other Dynas, to me at least. It just seems to take a lot of these bumps a little bit better. One thing I do notice is if you have the issue like I am, where right here you kind of have to take your foot off the peg to get to bring it down a gear. One thing you can do with that is you can, that shifter should be on a spline. Yeah, that shifter should be on a spline, so you can actually kind of get it set in the position that fits you best. So I would probably, I don't know, let me rip it through here and see how it feels. But you can do that to your bike, or if you get this one and that's your only complaint about it, you can do that to this one. Oh yeah. Ossifer. It's like just enough rain to like sting your neck a little bit, but not enough to really like do anything. So the nice part about these big twin Dynas is how great they are for doing this right here. So this one is a 6-speed, and I can actually do this trip. I think it has a gear indicator. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, so gear RPM, so I'm in 5th gear, 3,000 RPM, cruising at the speed limit. But if I wanted to bring it down from 3,000 a little bit, then I could go ahead and do that right there. So that's the nice part about these big twins, is that, you know, the handle's so nice, but they've got the extra gear, and they handle this long distance touring and highway rips a little bit better than something like your Sportster 1200. But it's not much bigger than a Sportster. A little bit wider, of course, and then you have that bigger tank, so you can go a little bit further. So you're not limited. So you're not limited to just the, you know, 3 gallons that you might get with that. Now on the Milwaukee 8 Fat Bobs, they did get a little bit of a smaller tank, so they got bumped down to a 3.5 gallon tank on that bike, which that bike has quite a few differences in this one. So the biggest thing between my temple itches. I got bit by a mosquito in here. So let's talk about some of those differences between this and the Milwaukee 8. So in 2018, rest in peace, Harley discontinued the Dyna line, and they reintroduced a lot of those models onto the new sportier Softail platform. So instead of having your Softail cruisers and your sportier Dynas, now you have a monoshocked Softail platform that's actually set up in a way that it can be, you know, a little bit sportier and a little bit cruiser, all on the same frame, and just with a few more minor differences between each model. So when the Fat Bob went from the Dyna to the Milwaukee 8, obviously it lost that twin cam motor, went to the Milwaukee 8, which it's tit for tat how they rip sometimes, but the Milwaukee 8 is usually going to be give you a little bit more advantage and rip just a little bit harder, and it's a little more customizable, so you can upgrade it a little bit more if you like. And it has oil cooling, so you still have the 6-speed transmission. You still have a final drive rubber belt, similar tire setup between the two. On the M8, it got an LED headlight, so instead of that this dual headlight I've got right here, it actually went to that single big light bar, which I think looks pretty good. So you got that, and you got an inverted front suspension, so that was a pretty big deal. You got that. It had the 107, and then it also had the 114 Milwaukee 8. The seat stayed true to this similar style, but it gave you just a little bit more grip. It went to a little bit of a smaller tank, 3.5 gallons, but it kept a tank-mounted instrument cluster, but that cluster actually has an analog tack front and center instead of the analog speedo, and it has your speed there right below that, a little bit bigger than you would see on this. You can watch one of our other videos where we rip on that bike. The rear fender has a really nice little bobtail, similar to the Fat Bobs before this generation. So this generation has that like dual tail light thing integrated to the rear fender. That one, you actually have a bobtail fender similar to the one that was before this bike, and then you have your brake light turn signal combos on either side of that with a side mounted license plate. But those are going to be your biggest differences between those two bikes. But both are awesome options to rip. If you really like the Fat Bob, honestly you can't go wrong with either. Personally, the M8's going to be a little bit better because again, it's a little bit newer. It's a little bit it's got a few more extra perks added onto it. Oh, and it's those bikes are all throttled by wire, not throttled by cable, so you have the option for digital cruise control. So yeah, so let's see how this one rips. I kept forward controls. They didn't put mids on it, but that is an option if you want. What you got going on here? Y'all just taking your time today. Having a good old time. The Softail, if you can swing it, you might be better off going that route. But if you just love Dynas, and the Dynas certainly have their place. They're just the right amount of rowdy. And this one's a good option. This bike sounds great. I'll open it up for you here when we get on the next road. Just that little bit I'm hearing right now, it sounds good. Another upgrade that the Milwaukee 8 got is it doesn't shake quite as much. So when people are talking about Harleys, they're like, oh man, this bike will shake your teeth out. Well, the Dyna, she lets know she's running. That's for sure. There's no guessing as to if this bike's on or not. It's very easy to tell. It's really only got that shake when it's idling. But when you open this bike up, it sounds pretty good. And it smooths right out. Easy as that. So, what we got going on through here? Now, an advantage the Dyna has, though, is going to be that cruise control throttle lock. So I can get that wing nut, let you see it a little bit better, tighten it up on the throttle a little bit. Voila! And I can untighten it to loosen it up. If you have a Dyna that the throttle feels like it's sticking or something like that, a good place to always start is to unscrew this a little bit. Yeah, you can take the class at Harley. Yeah, Tobacco Road, that's the best place to do it. Tobacco Road, Harley. A little marketing. Look at that. How do you like that marketing today? Man asked, Tobacco Road, can you take the class? Yes, sir, you can. We have a fantastic riding academy program. Easy as that. Yeah, so this is the nice little cruising part of the video. They do great in that. Yeah. Easy as that. Like I said, that's like I've said in some other videos. I think the video before this, I was saying how having a bike that's so simple is also pretty nice. A lot of times, just it really doesn't let too much get taken away from the sport of motorcycling. How's that for you? Poetic even. Yeah. So this is pretty simple. I have 3 switches on either side, and a wing nut throttle lock there. So easy as that. I do have ABS, which is very, very nice to have. That's a very big perk for this motorcycle. The 103 twin cam absolutely rips. Lots of good torque. Vance and Hines make it sound good. Yeah, overall, this is your bike of the week. And she is a blast. And also, my tagline that I'll say in all my dyno videos is everyone needs a dyno at some point in their life. You know, if you got a road glide at home, that's your weekend go-getter. But you want something to rip around and be able to take on weekend trips too if you like. Or just want a smaller bike you can do that. Take big trips on. The Dyna Fat Bob, it'll get it done. That's a great option. Simple Harley-Davidson Dyna. Easy as it gets right there. So do the Dyna's rip. Yes, they do. And here we go. Coming on back to the dealership. So, thank you guys for sticking around and watching our ride and review. As always, if you want to know more about this bike, then stop by the dealership, come see us. Come holler at us. If you want to see more of these bikes and know when more of these videos are coming out, then of course be sure to subscribe. And let us know what you think in the comments about this bike. Do you like the Dynas? How do you feel about those brake lights? Have you owned a Dyna before? That's the real question. Do you want to own another Dyna? So, yeah, thanks for watching. And we hope to see you out at Tobacco Road, Harley-Davidson, here in Raleigh, North Carolina sometime soon. Oh, back, pump the brakes, The CVO Pan Am at the fish market? What? That's wild. Man had the case. If you noticed, it was missing a saddlebag. Most likely, my man was inside the fish market getting a saddlebag case full of some fish. That's wild. I've got to revisit. We're going to revisit that one later. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And in the meantime, ride safe. We hope to see you out here soon.